Hi everybody, today I'm doing something a little bit different. I received multiple questions about the Modern Forms Renegade and whether it is truly 4-blade compatible or not. A few of the questions were in regards to whether the blade arms are attached in pairs like the Fanimation Levon or Levon. I once heard from somebody directly at Fanimation how that name is supposed to be pronounced, but I don't remember who said it or how it was pronounced now. And no, I'm pretty sure it was not pronounced Levon like the Elton John song. But regardless of that, the answer is no. The blade arms are individual on the Renegade, so it is fully 4-blade compatible. Before I continue, let me see if I can fix this lighting in any way. I have to say, fans with darker finishes like this are very hard to light properly. So that kind of answers the number one question, can you install it with 4 blades? And the answer is yes. Oh, and I'll just explain, I did put on the no light cap because originally I was just going to do another demonstration video with the 4 blades. Literally right now, before I was going to film that, I decided to do this video instead and just answer all the questions here instead of in the description down below. So questions like this have come up before with other fans that I've demonstrated or reviewed. I've stayed away from making videos like this in the past because DC motors have proven to be very sensitive. Of course, I didn't want to screw up one of my own fans, but mainly I didn't want to encourage anybody, especially kids, experimenting and potentially screwing something up on an expensive fan. The other side of that is that for most fans, you would never even feasibly do something like this. Most of the designs these days are so seamless that if you remove blades, it just looks completely wrong and there are ugly gaps everywhere. This fan, on the other hand, actually looks half decent. You can see somewhat up inside of the motor housing, but it's really not too bad from a distance. So with all of that out of the way, we come to the second major question of whether there's much change in performance when you eliminate the extra blades. I will turn it on low speed and you can see for yourself. I have not reprogrammed this in any way. I literally just took the 4 additional blades off, and this is exactly how it would have been with the 8 blades. You can see the speed is for the most part maintained. It doesn't really seem to go much faster. And with Modern Forms, the low speed is so slow, there's not going to be much change in airflow regardless. I feel like the very slight airflow is pretty much the same. So that's pretty much it there. There's not much more to look at. I will move up to high speed so we can take a look at that. So once again, it seems to me like the speed and RPM aren't really that much different here. I don't know, maybe some of you RPM experts can let me know in the comments down below. If anything, it feels almost a little bit slower to me just because the 8 blades make it look like it's going that much faster when it's really not. It's almost like a double speed visual effect because there are double the blades. If we talk about airflow, I'm gonna say, again, not that much different. It's really what I've talked about before in addressing this through comments and other conversations. It's just kind of a choppier airflow, whereas the 8 blades make it a bit more smooth. If I step back kind of towards the perimeter of the studio area, it still feels like the same kind of airflow is hitting my legs as when it had 8 blades. Again, to speak to the point of choppier airflow, it feels like it sort of hits in waves rather than one constant airflow breeze. I'm sure there are differences in CFM and all of that business, but my opinion is that there's no major perceptible difference in the velocity of the airflow. And as you can see, there's no major physical speed difference. It seems like DC motors are very self-regulating, even if you don't reprogram them. It's not your typical AC motor where reducing the load can make a big difference in the speed. I did essentially the same experiment with my Kichler Zeplo off camera. The results were very similar, no major difference in speed or the airflow output. That one had a much more significantly choppier airflow, going from 6 blades down to 3, but I didn't notice any major increase or decrease in anything significant. So if you particularly love a specific fan with fewer blades, absolutely you can go for that, but my opinion is that you're not going to gain anything performance-wise from it. I've tried it now with 2 very different fans from 2 different brands, different electronics, different motors. One was a very large fan at 96 inches. This fan is on the smaller side at 52 inches. After doing this with the Zeplo in particular, I was pretty confident that every other fan that I tried it with would be exactly the same. If I didn't see any major performance difference on a fan where the blades weigh probably a few pounds each, I figured it's not likely to see a difference on a fan with more general lightweight wood or plastic blades. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope it answered some questions or provided some insight. This video is all opinion-based. I am in no way an expert on this side of things, so let me know what you think. Do you see something that I didn't? I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching and for all of the support lately when times have been weird. I will see you again soon.